We're going to repair this leaking, dripping faucet, which is much more than just a drip at this point. It's almost a steady stream of water. Having a dripping faucet can waste an awful lot of water. Of course, here we have the hot water faucet that is leaking, and the entire sink has filled in just about an hour. So not only are you wasting water, you're wasting the energy needed to heat that water. To determine whether the leak is in the hot water side or the cold water side, we'll use the water valves and shut off each one of those in turn to see. So first we'll shut off the cold water valve by turning it clockwise. And we still have a drip. So we'll turn the cold water valve back on, and then we will turn the hot water valve off by turning that clockwise. And it looks like the problem is in the hot water side of the faucet. Once we have the hot water valve the off position so that hot water is no longer coming through, we're going to pop this cap off. It's a decorative cap. We could take the handle off in this particular style of faucet, but we don't need to take the handle off. To take the cap off, you want to get a thin object, a thin instrument or tool. Could be a thin screwdriver. We're using this type of a blade here to pry that off so we don't scratch the fixture. And this has a rubber red ring to indicate that it is the hot water faucet. Next we'll take a Phillips screwdriver and remove the screw that is holding on the handle. And then we'll simply lift off the handle. Next we're going to get a wrench and remove the cartridge nut. And that holds the cartridge in place. That's this plastic piece here, and we're going to be pulling that out. Okay, you'll want to carefully look at your cartridge and see any notches, anything to indicate which way that goes, so you'll be able to put that back in correctly when you purchase a new one. There's a notch here and some protrusions. You want to make sure you don't know where those are. Now we're going to take a pair of pliers and grasp the flat sides of the cartridge stem here and pull that out firmly. And there's the part that we need to replace. If your faucet were leaking over the faucet fixture, then all you need to do is replace these O-rings here. That would solve the problem, but since it's leaking through the faucet spout itself, we'll need to replace the entire cartridge. Their makes and models vary. There are just about as many cartridges and styles of cartridges as there are styles and brands of faucet. So the best thing to do is take this with you to the hardware store or home center, or check online to see where it is available. Whether or not you're working on the hot water side of the faucet or the cold water side of the faucet, you'll want to turn off both water valves, the shut-off valves, both the cold water and the hot water. Otherwise, this will happen. For example, we are working on the hot water side of the faucet. We have the hot water valve shut off. If we fail to shut off the cold water valve, somebody could come in and turn on the cold water and